All right, man, we back. Goodfellas Sports TV. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Let's talk about what happened last night. Teofimo Lopez upset it for Lomachenko. I think it was more jubilee than rational thinking last night when it came to the fight. I just think everybody was happy that the Lomachenko hype train got derailed. Um, but I still think he a good fighter. But also, what's next for both of them? T.O. versus Haney, Tank. Also, what's next for Lomachenko? So let's get into it. Don't forget you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Also got a Facebook group, so all those links are in the description. So Twitter's the fastest way, then Facebook, then Instagram. Then check out the Facebook group. Want to make a donation to the channel? Cash App is in the description. CJ Good 313. Also, PayPal link is in the description as well. And I appreciate those who listen to us live. We was over at the Lion Killer podcast. Me, Lion Killer, and Nate Campbell last night called the fight. We watched it with no sound. I covered the fights. That was on the Undercard as well too. I had went to the bathroom, so I didn't know who won versus Salcedo and Barboza. And Nate said Salcedo won, but I think he made a mistake. But Barboza won that fight. I seen the Berlanga guy, and I seen a young kid from Queens too. Forget his name, but the 17-year-old kid, and people forget that Rafael Benitez is the youngest world champion of all time. All right, people forgot that Rafael Benitez won a world title, a real world title, at the age of 17. So his name was Jahai Tucker, I believe it was. He from Queens. So just think about it. He 2-0, I think, with one knockout, and Rafael Benitez was 17 years old when he won a world title. And I think that's probably one of those unbreakable records. You will never see that again, for the simple fact you can't turn pro until you 18 in America. So think about that for a minute. Rafael Benitez was 17 years old. Somebody asked you who was the youngest champion in boxing history. It's Rafael Benitez at 17 years old. So, so just in case you in a boxing trivia jam, he is. Mike Tyson is the youngest heavyweight champion and probably the youngest heavyweight undisputed champion, if my memory doesn't serve me correct. Benavidez is the youngest Mexican super middleweight champion of all time, and Gilberto Ramirez is the first super middleweight Mexican champion of all time. So, trying to get those out the way, but appreciate it, man. The next fight we probably be going live on my channel for Tank and Santa Cruz. So, or we could go live back over there. It depends on how we break it down, but might be going live over there for that fight. I should be available that day. If I'm not, then they probably go live on his channel. But that's Halloween, so we might be busy. But yeah, I mean, we watched the fight with the sound off, and I don't think nobody was impressed last night. I wasn't impressed. It was more, we watched it with no sound on, so we was just giving our opinion. Me and Nate and Lion Killer was behind us, and I was telling Nate that Loma wasn't doing much, but T.O. was winning the first 7 to 8 rounds. Even though T.O. wasn't dominating 6 or 7 straight rounds, he just moved forward and did enough. Then people talking about how that wasn't no great fight. That wasn't no great victory. You know what I'm saying? That was just like Lomachenko didn't win it. It was more Lomachenko losing that fight than T.O. winning. Y'all might not like it. Like I said before, I was hoping Teofimo Lopez won this fight, but the way he won it, it was given to him. I didn't see nothing special from him last night. Bouncing off his feet, stands too wide, feet all messed up. He telegraphing each punch. But until I hear from Loma mouth why he started so slow, he must have been intimidated by the power. I don't know if he came into the fight intimidated by the power. I don't know if he came until he felt something early on. Maybe he felt something on the chin. On the arm or the chest or the shoulder. But whatever it was, he felt I didn't have it a draw. Just thinking about it, I gave him the first 6 or 7 rounds. So think about that for a minute. No knockdowns. It was no way you could have had a 2-1, a 108, 110 round. My whole thing was he won the first 6 or 7 rounds, And Lion Killer said he went back and watched it, and he said he won the first 7. And he said you could have made a question that he won 8. So let's just say he won the first 7 rounds, right? It's impossible for Lomachenko to win without a knockdown. Because then a lot of people say he won the 12. So automatically the fight is 8-4. It couldn't have been no draw. You know what I'm saying? It just couldn't have been no draw. That man didn't start punching. He didn't start punching into the 9th round. My whole thing was this. Teofimo Lopez didn't take it. Lomachenko gave it to him. Now I don't know if Loma felt it on the arm, he felt it on the chest or the hip. I don't know what he felt. But a lot of those punches that Lopez was landing early on, they wasn't Lion Killer salute. Y'all check out his channel. They wasn't flush. It wasn't nothing. I don't know what it was with Lomachenko. He lost it more than Lopez won it. A lot of people don't want to agree with that, but he lost it. And whatever reason it was that he believed the hype, and that's you can't be believing with somebody else. Maybe Lopez do punch that hard. I can't be mad at maybe he do punch, but the fact is he lost the fight. All Teo had to go forward and do was make an effort. That's all he had to do. Ricky E salute. I'm about to get to the chat. Hold on. Solid Child salute. Facts telling me what's going on. C4 salute. Flame Mode 24 what's going on. Dr. Blick what's going on. Dad 52 salute. He was beating up grown men. Yeah, Rafael Benitez is the youngest world champion of all time. So if somebody asks you who the longest reigning champion, heavyweight champion, is Joe Louis. Youngest champion of all time is Rafael Benitez at 17. That's a record that won't be broke. It's only a chance it broke if they allow teenagers to box in the United States. Django said Loma nut ass ain't do nothing for the first 7 rounds. Undisputed. I'm giving T.O. his credit. F Loma. You can give him his credit, but he didn't. It wasn't like this was worse than when Jermaine Taylor beat Bernard for Undisputed, in my opinion. At least I still think Bernard won that fight. You know what I'm saying? Both of them. But at the end of the day, it still was a good fight. And you can kind of see Jermaine Taylor did enough. And you know what I'm saying? He did something. You feel me? Lomachenko ain't do nothing. That kind of made me think he got that brown paper bag in that knapsack. He said, I had an 8-4 easy. Yeah, it was easy to score. I didn't score it, but I just said he lost the first 6 or 7 rounds. Infamous, bro. Honestly, I think Loma team really believed T.O. was going to break in the later rounds. The game plan was horrible. That was that Elder Alvarez versus Kovalev 2 game plan. And you can say that. But you gotta throw punches to make somebody break. You know what I'm saying? You gotta throw, and when he threw punches, he landed on Teofimo Lopez. Had he did more volume, Lopez couldn't handle that volume. But also, had he did volume, it would have been an opportunity he would have got hurt. But every time he hit Lopez, his head just flat back. Lopez don't take punches well. He said he tried to do something and he got him with the body shot and he never did it again. Dr. Blick, Loma definitely gave up some rounds. He gave up all the rounds. He was the reverse Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar gave up the back half of the fight. Lomachenko gave up the first half. Lawrence RBE said, honestly, I'm glad Loma lost. He won, the hype train would have been Loma is the great. I mean, how you the greatest by breeding a prospect with a belt? But I get you. I feel you. Ricky E said Edgar Berlanga versus David Benavidez. Ain't that Berlanga dude fighting at light heavyweight? Because the BoxRec said the fight was at light heavyweight. I've never seen him fight before. He can punch, but I just didn't see enough last night. He can punch. But somebody can take that power. He'll probably knock Benavidez out if he got any type of skill and stamina. Benavidez can't take that shit on the chin. Jordan Richard, he said, I just rewatched the fight. If you can't even argue the scores, yeah, you can. I mean, you can't. Last night, my whole thing was, Lomachenko seemed to be the more prepared fight. I don't want to hear about the ring rust and nothing, but I'll get there. He bruises from round 1. He had T.O. face fucked up too. He said, Robin Ellis said, ain't no real killers in boxing at all. Nothing like the old school fighters. Nah, man. You get into this fight, man. I mean, you had, man, man, before Tommy Hearns or Jermaine Taylor or even Kelly Pavlik or James Toney or anybody, before they gave up that many rounds, they would let you. They'd rather be knocked out than give up six straight rounds or 7 to 8 straight rounds. You know, it's just, you know, these dudes scared to lose. They scared to take your ass whooping. Media pound for pound list got raked. I was happy, but my whole thing was he appeared to be the sharper fighter last night. He appeared to be the better fighter. He just didn't throw no punches. I guess he was scared to get knocked out. I had a 117, 113 Loma. Lopez. I mean, I gave him the first 7. I said it on live, so he got the first 7. You possibly could have gave him the 8th round. So if he can win 8 rounds straight, he ain't got to do nothing else but survive. And he don't even have that power. I don't even know if he neutralized his power. If he do neutralize his power, it was due to him didn't want to get knocked out. T.O. didn't do nothing. T.O. didn't do nothing but give an effort. If you watch the fight, T.O. didn't cut the ring off. T.O. didn't get the leverage on most of his shots. T.O. didn't do nothing but show the fuck up and give an effort. He wanted to pressure Loma. He couldn't do that. He can't cut the ring off. He couldn't close the distance. Only time, and then he get Loma in the corner in the turnbuckle, and he let him slide out the side door. That nigga didn't, man. That ain't nothing to write home about that fight. There's just one person that was scared to get hit. That's the conclusion I got to come to. Is one person that was scared to get hit, and the other guy didn't care about getting hit. And he trusted his chin more, and he gave an effort. Teofimo Lopez was horrible last night. He was loading up on every telegraph and every shot. He couldn't cut the ring off. That motherfucker didn't do shit. I'm going to just tell it how it was. And by the way, I watched it with no sound on. But I'm not taking up for Lomachenko. I'm just being objective. And if his power scared Lomachenko that much, hey, that, you know, he did neutralize him. Wasn't no angles, wasn't the matrix. And I told y'all he couldn't box off the back foot. I dare somebody to say this man boxed off the back foot. He didn't. He moved. Moving, boxing is moving and making a move. May it be a defensive move or an offensive move on your mind. Be it making a movement, trying to make him pay. He can't box on the back foot. He can't. He can't stop on the box on the back foot. He said, T.O. said that Bob gave him a contract telling him to pay for. Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, I saw that. He couldn't box on the back foot. I told y'all he can move. Anybody can slide. If you've been boxing for a year, you should be able to slide. Anybody can slide. Anybody can slide. To box means to hit, not get hit. He was getting hit a little bit, and he wasn't hitting nobody. So you got to ask him, what was you thinking, Lomachenko? You know what I'm saying? Had he picked it up in the 4th round, Teofimo Lopez punching power was gone by the 6th or 7th. Maybe I ain't the one getting hit. I ain't the one getting hit. So I can't tell you. But Teofimo Lopez will get fucked up by a number of people. I appreciate him for taking the fight, but this is why boxing will never probably catch UFC. Because when you get these top level fights, you get guys like Lomachenko who come in here who's scared to get hit. He didn't give an effort last night. And when he did give an effort, it was too far in between. You will never get Hearns and Leonard on this level again. Zepeda and Barashnik was 2 motherfuckers who didn't care. You know, with Teofimo Lopez last night, he gave an effort, but it wasn't the pressure that I was expecting. He don't know how to pressure nobody. And Lomachenko, where was that? Where the pressure at? He was scared to get hit. These dudes ain't the best lightweights of nowhere of all time. I'm telling you, Brandon Rios could have beat Lomachenko, bro. I'm telling you. I think Miguel Vasquez in his prime can beat both of these dudes if they don't rob them. Jose Luis Castillo, Alexis Arguello, ain't nothing special about them dudes last night. Teofimo Lopez is just so fucked up with his technique, bro. Oh my, look here, man. if Devin Haney can take a punch, if Robert Guerrero, I'm telling you, if Devin Haney can take a punch, he'll kill Teofimo Lopez. All that fight is, if Teo can land on Devin, if Devin can take it, it's a wrap. If Devin can take his punches, he can't beat Devin Haney. He can't cut the ring off. He telegraphed too much. He can't beat that man. I don't think he can beat Gervonta Tank Davis. If Tank can't take a punch, he might be in trouble. He got a puncher's chance versus Bosa. He ain't got no skills. None at all. And it just make you look at Loma and look at him like, this it? This all you had? You know this it? Yeah, Tank should have won beating Lomachenko. You know? And you look at Leonard Allaby, you look at him like, this could have been y'all. But Teofimo Lopez, man, that wasn't no performance. You know, at the time, he supposed to be happy you get 4 or 5 belts, you know what I'm saying? But, man, me and Nate was looking at it, and we like, man, dude, do you know what a season? Both of them wasn't good. Like I said it coming in. They both hadn't fought nobody. I got criticized for saying that. But I call him how I see him. I thought Lomachenko was going to step up and stop him. He had the power to stop him. T.O. can't take no punches. Every time he took a punch, his head just flat back. It just flat back. You think you about to go up there. He said, I agree, Tank. I think Tank. I think Devin Haney can too. I think, what did he say, Mike Serrato? He said, no, you crazy. He should F up Tank. I agree, they're not Devin. Tank that fought. No. Tank can beat him. Depends on what Tank show up. Teofimo Lopez ain't got no technique, bro. He dropped his hand, and then my thing was when Loma brought the pressure, Teofimo Lopez couldn't handle it. His chin popped straight on up, and Loma was just peppered. It looked hella fishy. It smelled like that brown paper bag. Man, I think Lomachenko went to his locker room and he had some money in his bag. I just call it how I see it. This shit just look fishy. I'm sorry. I can't go with the program. This look fishy. He hit Comey. Get Comey credit. He beat Comey. Fact Sherman said T.O. didn't seem impressed with the fight. He felt like Loma gave him. I don't know, man. This shit just looked fishy. It just looked like Loma didn't give an effort. Maybe I ain't the one getting punched. But when he did throw, he had T.O. head flapping back. His shit was moving like a flag. T.O. don't take punishment well. He don't. Everybody looked at it. Like they looked at it as, I want T.O. to win. I'm not knocking you for looking at it that way. I looked at it as, I looked at the fight, and I just think Loma lost it more than he won it. And if that dude think about going up to 140, it's going to be trouble. It's going to be trouble. He can't. I'll pick Barrios to beat him. If the playing field is even, he reaches progress to put him out of his misery. Man, he'd probably beat a guy like Rob Regis Jr., Maurice Hooker, Terry Turbo Flanagan. What was my man's that Regis fought? Relic. He'd probably beat guys like that. He'll probably beat Ranches Bartholomew because, you know, he ain't got no motherfucking... They ain't gonna rob the joint for him. Barboza, I thought the Cesados won that fight. I really did. Cesados won that fight. I don't even think Teofimo Lopez can beat Zepeda unless he ain't the same fighter or they rob him. He better stay at 35 as long as possible. Because last night he got... I'm just looking at me... Nate talking about his back foot pointed the wrong way and just don't see it. Don't see. I think Devin Haney, if he can take the... That's going to be the question about every opponent he faces at 35. Can Tank take the power? If Tank can take the power, Tank got more skills. And it depends on mentally where you at that place. If Devin can take the power, he gonna abuse him. Shakir can take the power, he gonna abuse him. And just... He move up to 40 and that power don't get stronger at 40. It just ain't much behind it. He can't beat Josh Taylor. He going to sleep. He can't beat Jose Zepeda. He going to sleep. He gonna struggle with guys like Victor Postal. His arms too short. His feet ain't good enough. He losing to everybody that's anybody at 140 pounds. And if it's an even playing field, he losing to a lot more. He better sit at 35. He better eat his cabbage and whatever he eating to make weight. Because he better get his daddy the fuck up out of there. Let me say that real quick. Excuse my French. He better get his daddy up out of there. His daddy don't know what he doing, bro. And when he get in there with somebody that he can't outpunch, or somebody that can take his punishment and give it back to him, he gonna be in a world of trouble. Jason Sosa Boxing says that, in my opinion, T.O. versus Tank will be a good fight. I think Haney will fight way too timid for. Yeah, it'll be a cat chase mount. I mean, how long is Devin Haney? How much lymphy this brother got? Hold on. Man, I hope you listening. Don't be hitting me up about my Kawhi Leonard video. You know who I'm talking about if you listening. Let's talk about them Packers you was hyping up. I know you listening. Let's talk about them Packers you was hyping up. They got stumped by the Bucks. Talk about them Packers. Don't hit me up talking about Kawhi Leonard. Talk about them Packers today. Foot was so far up the Buccaneers' foot cleat was so far up Aaron Rodgers' butt today. Told y'all them Packers ain't play nobody. Y'all better listen to my NFL video. Y'all want to win some money. I seen that 2.5 points that they was giving Green Bay on the road. I said, shit. Take that. Devin Haney got a 71-inch reach, so he a little longer. He can't cut the ring off. So, you know, amateur style Devin Haney right now, he can't outbox him. Unless he catch Devin Haney, he can't take the power. I wouldn't fight. Hey, look here. If I'm Teofimo Lopez, if I'm his handlers, he ain't fighting Devin Haney next. He ain't fighting Tank next. Unless Tank look bad. I'll tell you what I do. And people say, why don't people defend the Undisputed? I was listening to Mike on Sports early. What you got to understand about defending Undisputed is this. It's money. Depending who you are, the more you consolidate the belts, the less your percentage. So you might pay 2.5%, 3% for one belt, whatever it is. So once you get all the belts, now you probably getting 1.5%. I'm just hypothetical. Now you're giving 1.5% to each sanctioned belt. I think when Ndongo and Crawford did Undisputed, they was paying almost $2.5 million together in sanctioning fees. I'm Undisputed. I don't have to defend Undisputed. When I defend the WBC, it's one title defense. If I defend the WBO, WBA, WBC, WBO, and you want to count the ring, it's not really legit no more since Golden Boy bought it. When I defend all 5, it's still counted as one title defense. So why defend 4 belts and lose 4 or 5 or 6% of my money? I'm already Undisputed. So now I drop 2 or 3 belts, I save more money. So it's a financial reason why they don't defend Undisputed. And then you got politics, and then you got to pay this dude step aside, and they waiting to strip you. It makes no sense to defend Undisputed. It's just too much financial money going down. He said, I only see man, shit. Jose Ramirez would obliterate that dude. I don't even like him. The dude that Barrios fought will give him a run for his money. If they don't rob Rancis Bartholomew, he'll give him a run for his money. Devin Haney will beat his ass because he can't cut the ring off unless he hit him. Shakur will move up and beat his ass right now. I'll take Tank to beat him, and I ain't even the biggest Tank fan no more. Shit, if Lomachenko get a rematch, I'll pick Lomachenko again. Straight up and down. That's how I'm rocking. Y'all know it ain't no biasness. Straight up and down. That wasn't nothing impressive last night. He was given 4 or 5 belts, and I'm upset with Lomachenko. Straight up and down. Yes, Rancis Bartholomew because he can use the ring. He can't cut the ring. Did y'all not see that last night? What was y'all watching? Maybe I'll listen to it with the commentary on. He can't cut the ring off, bro. Feet all messed up. That's why he can't cut the ring off. If he was scared to step to his right to take that right hand from Lomachenko, or to whatever way, step to Lomachenko's right, man, he can't fight. He can't box. He can fight, but he can't box. I'm not hating, nigga. Please. Go listen to me and Nate talk about the fight yesterday, bro. He can't, he didn't win that fight last night for real. It was given to him. And then when he get his ass whooped, can I get my apologies? Can I get my apologies when he get whooped up? Nigga? Because every time I'm right, don't nobody come in and say, "Oh, you was right, dog." It's only a very few. When I'm wrong, I hear it all the time. Like I said before, he can't box. He can't. He didn't outbox that nigga. He gave him the fight last night. You know, he gave him that fight on the silver platter, dude. I don't know if he was scared to get hit, if he got paid off. He didn't dominate that fight. Turn off ESPN. Whoever's commentating that fight, they need to be fired. He said, I swear to God, he killed Lomachenko. How tall is Francis Bartholomew? Let me see how tall he is. That's a loopy ass dude. I ain't saying he no great boxer. Styles make fights. Oh, that nigga 5'10" with 78. Oh man. He couldn't even knock out Mayoshi Nakatani. And Francis Bartholomew 30 times better than him. Bro, that nigga put a box there and rob him. He'll put a boxing clinic on him. He can't even cut the ring. Shit. He said Loma ain't want his legs broken. Bro, you ain't lying. That's my conclusion. Either it was that or the power. Y'all know I ain't gonna be taking up for no Lomachenko. Just keep calling it how I feel it. He said, how's our fight given to him when he won? He gave him the first 7 rounds. You act like he went out there and dropped him and dog fucked him all across the ring. Come here. Like he just dog fucked him and walked him across the ring. Come on, man. He didn't abuse him in that fight. You act like he went in there shining just boop, 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 boop. Oh, come on, man. Lomachenko just didn't throw no punches. He just walking around looking, and when he did throw, that nigga head was popping. He can't take no punches. You put him in there with somebody that's gonna punch, man. You put him in there with I don't even want to get no fantastic fighter. You put him in there with Casitas, he might have had a problem last night. He might have stopped him, but he would have had a problem. I ain't even saying no top fighter, Juan Baby Bull Diaz or something. You put him in there with Alexa Grayo, man, that nigga can't got no technique, bro. Y'all gonna see when he move up in weight. He gonna get beat like a Honduras runaway slave. He gonna get beat like he stole something if he don't get rid of his daddy. He gonna get beat like he stole something. Dude, it's about 2,440 pounders gotta put ass whooping on him. Shit, Josh Taylor cousin to sleep him, bruh. I would pick Tank. I'll pick Tank. Oh, don't block his comment, Razon. He good. Yeah, he gonna beat no Ramirez, bro. He can't keep Ramirez. He can't keep Ramirez off of him, bro. And I'm gonna anticipate that power ain't gonna be nothing great at 140. Hey, look here, man. I'll be surprised. Kofi Universe, salute. Y'all check out Kofi. I'll be surprised if he fight Devin Haney. Man, if Tank focus, and that's kind of crazy. Tank better than Teofimo Lopez. He better than him. Now, if he can take Teofimo Lopez punch, I don't know. But if he can take it and give it to him, Teo can't take no punches. Teo, the way his head was snapping back, man, Lomachenko ain't even the biggest puncher. Look at just his head was snapping. And I just don't get why Lomachenko didn't throw more punches. Soon as Teo was stuck in sand, it was he made a mistake, my man, whoever he blocked. Even when Teo was standing there and Lomachenko came down on heel on him, Teo got stuck in sand. His chin came right. I'm telling you, when he fights somebody that know what they doing, or he gonna get knocked out, bro. I'm predicting his daddy gonna be like, "Oh, guys, I can't believe my son is knocked out, man." I'm telling you, bro. He's gonna get knocked out. He gonna get knocked the fuck out. On my mama, on my hood, I look fly, I look good. Touch my chin, wish you would. Everybody that seen that fight, every time Lomachenko wasn't even sitting on his shots, bro. He was throwing arm play. His hand was snapping back. Snap, snap, snap. That nigga had a snapple neck last night. I can't wait, man. Well, if he fight Ramirez and Taylor winner, I'ma get paid off you blind believers, bro. I'ma get paid. I might go back and get my Silverado back. I'm gonna get a 2021 off you niggas though. If they put him, I swear to God, they put him in. They put him in there with Devin Haney. I'm gonna ride with Devin Haney. I'm gonna get paid off you. I wish Leonard Ellaby, listen, put him in there, man. Now if you struggle with Leo or lose this Leo, all bets off. I'm telling y'all, bro. Y'all looking at it from a different point of view. I'm looking at his legs. I'm looking at his hands. I'm looking the way he taking punishment. Man, he fight somebody with a post, man. Yeah, I had the 19. I think I had the 19 boy. Oh, that boy was nice. The neighborhood I live in, that ain't insurance too. They dropped insurance though. Comey is a beast, bro. I ain't never say he wasn't a beast. He a beast. He's a dog. He's a motherfucking goblin. Okay, you a goon. What's a goon to a guy? He a man. Devin Haney abused Teofimo Lopez. If he can't, man, if he punch him, if he hit him, I don't know if Devin can take punishment. I will say that. Man, you see the way he couldn't cut the ring off on Lomachenko, bro? If he can't cut the ring off and close the distance on Devin Haney, he got, what I say, a 5-inch reach. Man, Devin Haney abused that boy. It's just styles make fights. Devin Haney abused him, bro. And then he ain't got the southpaw, the straight. Man, Devin Haney will put an ass whooping on him. Devin, it's just styles make fights. The dudes that can hit and don't get hit and they got that reach, man. That's all I'm saying. He ain't going to be able to close the distance off on that boy. Can't. And if Devin started learning from Mike McCullum how to dig to the body and sit on his shots, it's just a bad style fight. Y'all got to understand that styles make fights. Put your money on Gamboa sleeping Haney. Put your money on it. Whatever you want to bet. Put your money on it. Get out of here, man. You got the Lomachenko. Look, I got the Teofimo fanboys mad at me. And then I got the Lomachenko boys, man. Come on, bro. I can't win for losing. Devin Haney beat his ass. Get him out of here. I blocked him, man. That's funny, bro. Y'all better tell 7-8 to get my nigga his money, too. Let's bet Ramirez. If he fight Ramirez, if Ramirez lose, no. If Ramirez win, he'll punish Ramirez. Ramirez has stopped that nigga, dog. Too big, too strong. How am I not making sense? Devin Haney, move around the ring. He got 5-inch reach advantage. He got good balance. T.O. can't cut the ring off. What more can I say? What more do you want me to say? Come on. He was fucking his head snapped back by Lomachenko. He was taking Lomachenko punches so bad. I mean, if Lopez go to 40 and fight somebody, he ain't even gonna make it to see Haney. He ain't even gonna make it to see Haney. Oh yeah, man, I can't believe mine. White Jesus lost 78, man. It's just mine. I just mine. I had to go get me a dozen chocolate brownies, man. Yeah, man. I felt like Michael Clark Duncan, man, and the Green Mile, man. Man, Jesus, man. This the nigga I prayed to, man. I prayed to him, man. Oh, Jesus, Shanko, man. I can't believe it, man. You could imagine that nigga breakdown. Yeah, man. Loma was moving and T.O. was moving, man. It was a good fight, man. Yeah, man. I watched that shit on my 32-inch box TV, man. Yeah, I brought it home from prison. Yeah, you know I snitched, man. So they let me have my TV in prison, man. Yeah, I still got my Panasonic. It got the DVD player, man, on it. And then I suck a nigga dick for a VHS so I can watch my old highlight tapes, man. Yeah, 7-8. You don't know nothing about that, man. You acting as if Loma it was a bum. Or you talking to somebody else? So Tank or Haney have to beat Loma last night. The way that nigga fought last night, I'm not sure about Haney, but Tank, it's hard to say, bro. It's hard to say. Devin Haney ain't got no power. I ain't gonna say he ain't got no power, but he ain't got that Lopez power. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, maybe Lopez didn't respect Devin Tank power. I can't call it. I don't know why Lomachenko didn't give an effort. I can't tell you. So I can't. But Devin Haney. I mean, I think he would have had a better chance at beating Devin Haney because I don't think he would have respected Devin Haney punching power. I will say that. I think he would have walked Devin Haney down. Now the question is, could Lomachenko cut the ring off on Devin Haney? And Devin Haney got, well, if he got 4 inches on Tank, I mean on Teo, because Teo was 68 and a half. So if he got 4 inches on Teo, he gonna have what? 7 inches on Loma? It depends, man. It really do depend. I mean, if Loma could cut the ring off and get on the inside with Devin Haney, it's hard to say with Devin. I just think Devin's style, George Kittle's for the touchdown. I just think Devin Haney's style is just wrong for Teofimo Lopez. That's all. You got a guy that follow his opponent around the ring. Now I think Gervonta Tank Davis got a style to beat Devin Haney, but it's just styles. Who should train Teofimo Lopez? Shit, I don't know. Robert Garcia. The fool say definitely got some gym work to go improve on his defense. He still deserves credit. Loma couldn't make it. Yeah, he deserves credit. I'm not going. He deserves credit because he gave an effort at his game plan. He didn't execute his daddy game plan to the T. He gave an effort. Loma didn't give an effort. So T.O. do deserve credit for taking the fight. He tried to win the fight. Lomachenko didn't oblige. That's it. And you got to ask Lomachenko, why he didn't win. If he was injured or he was intimidated by the power, he was about to cry. But just once again, motherfucker won almost 400 fights, and lost once in the amateurs. He didn't even fight 20 fights in the pros, and he lost twice already. The amateurs, it mean a lot in the pros, but a lot of times the greatest amateurs or the most successful amateurs, I'm going to say, they don't have the greatest careers. Straight up and down. Teofimo Lopez couldn't make the U.S. Olympic team, right? He made Honduras. He got beat up by the French guy. Pow, pow. You know what I'm saying? But as a pro, he's a tremendous pro. Tremendous power. He got athleticism. He believed. He's not the most fundamentally technical sound fighter. You can see why he didn't make the Olympics. Like Nas say, it ain't hard to tell. You kind of wonder, Devin Haney went for the money in Mexico, but you wonder, Devin Haney probably would have been a great amateur. But a lot of these kids don't want to go to the amateurs no more because they robbing guys. So why give up 1 or 2 years, of my pro career to fight in the amateurs damn near for free, fighting the Olympics for free and get robbed? Kids see Roy Jones get robbed, Floyd get robbed. You keep going on and on. So I set myself back, 365 days or so when, I set myself back a year or two when I could have been champion a year or two earlier. So I get it. Teofimo Lopez got robbed by the USA. He won the finals. I don't know if he got robbed or not. Shit, they say Crawford got robbed. All I know is he ain't make it. What you want me to say? Everybody got robbed that didn't make it. He said, did Haney get that belt through the Gmail account? That was funny. That when that reporter asked that was funny. If he fight Teofimo Lopez next, if he fight Haney next, you gotta respect him. But it ain't up to him though. It's up to Bob Arum. Bob Arum ain't gonna let that happen. Loma fanboys depressed. Yeah, he definitely lost that fight. Zeus Shimmings, hold on. Zeus Shimmings, he trying to still fight with that eye problem. I don't know if he went back. They told him to retire. But he say, hold on. Zeus Shimming was a Chinese bum. Yeah, he had 2 gold medals. And Mick Collin ain't nothing either. Mick Collin ain't nothing. The fool said, I agree. I think that's due to how amateur boxing rules changed over the last decade that in some ways make fighters who stay too long and amateurs not as good as pros. He said Jackson Marinas need another big fight or rematch versus Rolling Haney, getting hyped for everything Marinas can do well. Marinas from where? The Dominican Republic? That's your answer. Lomachenko has a lot of endorsements in the Ukraine, bro. Okay, that didn't help him last night. He said, where do you go from here after you lost? I ain't go home. I ain't go home. No, CJ, he won the U.S. Olympics. They didn't pick him at all. All right, he didn't win. He got beat up in the Olympics, though, by that French guy. That French guy put it on his ass. Crawford would have went out on his shield. He wouldn't do that. Like, no, he won't. Crawford go for the knockout, regardless. You know, he gonna try till he can't try no more. You know, that's what I liked about fighters like Timothy Bradley and Amir Khan. You know, they ain't gonna Amir Khan. That wasn't in his language, or it programmed him to go out. You know, to take the easy way out. Amir Khan gonna give you opportunity to knock him out 1 through 12, and if you want some OT, he'll give it to you. Mr. 21 Strong salute. He said in that second, T.O. threw a left hook and Loma blocked it, and it still wobbled him. I think Loma felt his power, and then that's what it had to be. If it wasn't no setup, it's what it had to be. He felt the power and couldn't take it. So, you know, you got some guys that feel the power and they go into safety mode, and he must have waited till he felt his power dropped off. And Lomachenko ain't had no killer. You can't fight that. They was talking about Lomachenko and all that. You can't have that old amateur style and be no killer. Usyk ain't no killer neither. If Usyk was the killer, Gasvier would have a knockout on his resume. Lomachenko ain't no killer. He just had a size advantage over those guys and the skill advantage that he was beating on. Nicholas Walters, Miguel Moraga, Jason Sosa, Rigondeaux, like, come on. So I don't want to hear, he was too small for the weight class. Wasn't nobody saying he was too big at 126. He was a humongous 126 pounder. He was bigger than everybody he fought. He fought, Nicholas Walters at 130. That was Nicholas Walters' first fight at 130. It wasn't like, he had Undisputed or he had 7 belts. Mikey Garcia would not, man, I ain't even no Mikey fan no more. Mikey would put his power out. Unless Mikey was wagering. AB versus Loma, I'll still take Loma. Maybe he would have been scared of AB power too. Hard to tell. But Loma's still a good fighter. He ain't going to take nothing from him. If you say he ain't a good fighter, then that take away from what Teofimo Lopez did. These European boxers all hype. Remember Paulie said they was the dominant fighter? They ain't the dominant fighter. Told y'all shit that. Motherfuckers want to believe that, man. They just ain't got that. They ain't got that melanin in their skin. Without that, they can fight as crazy as some of these niggas like the Charlo, Spence, Crawford, even T.O. who being from Central America. They just got that seasoning in their skin. They just got that, it's hard. He got enough rhythm, And the black fighter is always going to be the most dominant fighter. If they come from Cuba, if they come from Puerto Rico, if they come from the Dominican Republic, if they come from the great continent of Africa, even if they have, Jamaican or the continent of Africa roots in the UK, or they grew up in China, they're always going to have a natural advantage because we are the natural, rhythmic, moving people. That's it. Every now and again, you're going to get somebody like Kovalev who he got the ability to be, and fight our style, but he's the generic version. Every time you're going to get somebody that try to patent themselves like after James Toney with Canelo Alvarez. But when you put the great value brand up against, Folgers going to win every time. Now, you got some great value brand cereal that just bang just as hard as, Honey Nut Cheerios and just as hard as Frosted Flakes. But when you put the test to the real, it's hard. The black fighter is the fighter that everybody try to patent themselves after, because when you look at the black fighter, no matter where they come from, if you don't want to say you're a Euro Puerto Rican, okay, cool, because those do exist. But when you go into the rhythmic black fighter, look at them. You can go to Mark II Sharp down at the lower weight class. You go to Muhammad Ali. You want the bangers, you got the bangers. You want the pressure fighters, you got the pressure fighters. You got the boxers, the sticker and movers. You know, it's just like we the platinum standard for boxing because we can go anywhere down the physical scale and up the physical scale, but Mexicans are great too because they bring a lot of heart. A real Mexican fighter got heart, and they very skillful people. They might not have the natural rhythmic foot movement, but Salvador Sanchez foot movement was out cold. Marquez was a great counterpuncher. Chavez was a Terminator. So you just don't have one type of Mexican fighter neither. You got, people say Mexican style. Triple G tried to coin that generic phrase. Shit, if you know your history about Mexican fighters, there's a lot of different Mexican fighters. You got the boxer punchers, you got the counter punchers, you got the bangers, you got the counter punch. Look at Canelo. Canelo was a natural counter puncher. Marquez a counter puncher. Eric Morales, boxer puncher. Barrera, boxer. Got a lot of great fighters. You go to Puerto Rico. You got a lot of good. They another proud. They got another proud, country. You know what I'm saying? You got Trinidad. Wasn't the greatest athlete foot movement, but he had a lot of heart. Miguel Cotto, he can box with you. He can beat you up on the inside. They got a lot of great fighters. Roberto Benitez is probably the greatest fighter from that country. So for such a small, such a small area, a lot of great fighters come out of there. You putting the great country of Mexico and you comparing them to, just that small area of Puerto Rico, and Puerto Rico is holding their own. Easily. They easily hold their own. So the Puerto Ricans and, the Dominicans, they got a lot of good fighters too. It's just like they lacking just something. Like Rosario, he just lacking the chin. Or Fortuna, he just probably, lacking just that something. They got great fighters in Africa. You just go anywhere, Ghana. You got a lot of great fighters in the continent of Africa. You got a lot of great Asian fighters. When I see an Asian fighter on the card, I know that they just gonna be as tough as any fighter across the country. When you hear, any Asian fighter, they gonna be tough, and a lot of times they can punch. But when you talk about Asian fighters, tough. Just tough. And the Filipino fighters, they starting to get coined for being pop punchers. They starting to be coined for being punchers. You had Magic Mike, Casimiro, Manny Pacquiao. They known for just, carrying that power. And then you got the UK fighters. They pretty much, for the real UK fighters, the ones that's from the UK, they really known for, they intangible, they got a lot of heart. They ain't the most skilled fighters, but if you don't come in shape or if you got a heart problem, the UK fighters gonna test your heart. They give tremendous effort. That's the best probably continent or country for effort. If I say, the toughest fighters, with probably not the most skills, I'm gonna probably say, Asian fighters, from Japan to Korea to China. When I just think of Mexico and Puerto Rico, I just think of, tremendous talent. And Puerto Rico, from a small area, produces a lot of great champions. If you think of Cuban, you just think technique and great amateurs and a lot of good fucking pros too. So, it just would make boxing great. And now you're looking at Canada now as kind of being a hub for boxing. You look at Canada, they got some of the best boxing fans around. And they got a really lot of good fighters. You got a Donnie Stevenson who can punch. You got David Lemieux who can punch. You had the other dude as well. I forget his name. He had the braids and he could punch real well as too. So, you get good fighters everywhere. Yeah, Nakatani, he retired. He had brain issues, Lawrence Williams said. I gave him some credit. What, you want me to lie? He said UK fighters lack heart. They got heart. Well, they don't lack no heart. They lack skill. Shit. You might say AJ lacks some heart. But you got to give him credit for coming back and beating Ruiz. UK fighters got heart. Some of them fighters got 163 losses and still fighting. If I lost 163 times at fucking Street Fighter, I'd probably never play it again. UK fighters got tremendous heart. If you go in those fights with little to no skills, or some of them have no athletic ability, shit, they got heart. To get in that ring and take an ass whipping like some of them do, and still be fighting, but let's talk about what Lomachenko should do next, and I kind of talk about Tio and take some questions. I think if Loma contract kind of up, maybe Loma retire. Maybe he retired, you know. Is he in my Hall of Fame? Absolutely. Y'all might not like it, but he is. Because the Hall of Fame standards is just so. Now, if you ask me my personal opinion, if you're a Hall of Famer, no. Not by my standards. Leo Santa Cruz gonna go in there. You know, he gonna say he was a 4-time world champion in 4 different weight classes. Mikey Garcia gonna get in there. Barry McGuinness is in there. Or Turagati. It's a lot of guys that's gonna go in there that don't belong to be in there. Rocky Balboa don't belong in there. You know. And now you're gonna have guys saying, "Hey, you know, I was a 5-time world champion in 5 different weight classes, and it's so easy to get belts nowadays." By judging by today's standards, he's a Hall of Famer. He fought in the only fight in boxing history that showcased as a professional 2 gold medals. Like it or not, he could have accommodated Rigondeaux with the weight a lot better. I do agree with that. You know, he also won the title at 26, won the title at 3, unified 3 finals at 35. You know, and he got some stoppage. You know, they called him Lomachenko for a minute. But if his contract up, I could see him signing with Al Heyman. You know, I could see him retiring. You know, if I'm him, I'm pushing for a rematch. I'll fight for free for a rematch, to be honest. As long as Bob Arum will cover my training camp's costs and expenses, I'll fight for free. Just to get him back in the ring. But that's not going to happen. Teofimo Lopez won by such a large margin that I wouldn't rematch him. Nigga, I won the first 8 rounds. What other fighter you know won the first 6, 7, 8 rounds and won 109, 119? You know, why would I rematch you? You didn't drop me. You didn't really hurt me that bad. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get dropped. So to be honest, maybe he moved down and pursued Jojo Diaz, Miguel Burchett. But funny thing about it is, Miguel Burchett trainer, his Zafner Boxing said they not even interested in fighting Lomachenko. And somebody said they ducked him back in like 2018 or 17 or whatever it was. So Miguel Burchett is not even interested in fighting Lomachenko no more. So, I mean, where do you go? I mean, Al Heyman, do you go pursue a Gary Russell rematch? Do you go over to Al Heyman and pursue Gervonta Tank Davis? Do you pursue Leo Santa Cruz? Do you pursue, you know, a Rigondeaux rematch? I mean, nobody want to see that. I mean, do you go to the zone and, you know, I don't know. You know, Jamel Herring, he supposed to be fighting Carl Frampton next. Do you go down and challenge Josh Warrington? You go down and challenge Navetes? Do you wait for, you know, a Nuyuwa to come up to 26 and challenge? There's been all rumors that he can fight these guys. Yeah, Burchett don't want to fight nobody. I'm losing a lot of respect for him. You know, he definitely wasn't going to fight Loma if he lost. And he might be the only fighter that can match Loma's stamina down there. I mean, do we pursue a super fight with Shakur Stevenson? I mean, do Shakur Stevenson want to fight him still? Dude, that's the question you got to ask yourself. He got options. We know he's not going up to 40. Maybe Lomachenko can launch the DAZN Ukraine. I mean, maybe we never see him again. You know, why would Devin Haney fight him now? That's what you gotta ask yourself. Why would he wouldn't give Devin Haney an opportunity? Devin Haney wouldn't fight him if he fought for free. Not after he lost. So that's one drinking wheel he can't go back to. So his best move might be staying with Top Rank and taking on Navetes and Nuyuwa. What's the other boy? Jesse Magladon, Emmanuel Navetes, waiting for Nuyuwa to jump up. I mean, if he go to the PBC, he can you know try. If Nino Donaire win and move up, Gary Russell, Leo Santa Cruz, I think they signed Ray Vargas, maybe can move up. I mean, there's some fights over there for him for sure. You know, Fortuna over there. I mean, it depends what he want to do. Quite frankly, Top Rank might be the home for him. You know, if he choose to retire, like I said before, he going into the Hall of Fame. Like it or not, you know, the barometer is just too low. He said Loma beat everybody. I mean, Shakur Stevenson is a pick'em. I don't know. I favor him over Shakur because I just don't know enough. I love Shakur. Got to see how them feel. But Burchett and Shakur is probably the fight to make at 30. But Burchett not going to want to fight Shakur. If he don't want to fight Loma, he not going to fight Shakur. Loma going to bring more money, more notoriety right now. But, you know, Shakur Stevenson is tough to beat. You know, boxing is to be real interesting if, like T.O. said in the press conference, it's gonna be real interesting if these young guys really take boxing back to the retro days where the best fighting the best. You know what I'm saying? You got Boots, you got Shakur, you know. A lot of these dudes that y'all don't see how they gonna lose their world championship titles, you're gonna see these new guys is hungry. Either you gonna get down or lay down, and a lot of these dudes gonna make lay down. And I think when Jerron Ennis get his opportunity, if these dudes at PBC stick around too long, he gonna buzz all through some guys, just straight up and down. You know, Virgil Ortiz, as soon as he gets some more season, he gonna buzz all through some guys. You know, Josh Taylor get up there, he gonna buzz. I mean, a lot of you guys just don't see how it's gonna happen. You know, it's like a movie. Maybe it's wrote so good you don't see the conclusion. You know, and I just think a lot of these dudes that's hanging around like Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, it's just a lot of guys hanging around. Canelo Alvarez, Golovkin. You know, a lot of these dudes hanging around and they gonna fuck around and get hit. Ryan and T.O., give me T.O. I see how Ryan do next couple weeks from next couple months. Yeah, Cobra nice too. He's supposed to fight I think Jason Sosa. I remember. You ain't give Lopez no credit. Suck my dick. How about that? Gave an effort. He won the fight. What else you want me to say? You want me to lie? He was tremendous. He was rumbling. He was fumbling. He was at the 20. He was at the 10. He was at the 5. Oh my God. Look, he was just a great fucking fighter. I mean, did you see those 1,000 punches that he landed on him? Yeah, I'm streaming Tank. I ain't paying for that. Man, I don't even know if I'm going to be available to watch that. He was fumbling. He was rumbling. He was juggling Lomachenko's ball. Did you see him hit Lomachenko with that Hadouken? T.O. did okay. I wasn't impressed. He ain't going on my pound for pound list after that shit, though. Straight up and down. He can be 10. He can be 10. He ain't being that performance, man. It's so many more fighters that I think better than him, bro. He better go find him a real trainer, bro. That's all I'm going to say. It's inevitable that he gonna get knocked out. Inevitable. You know, just stay away from Devin Haney. Stay away from Devin Haney. Tank, I'll probably say that's a pick 'em. Now, if Tank look bad versus Santa Cruz, I'm gonna probably go with Teofimo Lopez. He got a better work ethic, just as much power. But I take it. I definitely pay for Tank and Teofimo Lopez, and I ain't paying for Tank and T.O. and Devin though, because all Devin gonna do is move around that ring, and once Devin learn how to fight like a pro, he gonna be dangerous. But he's gonna dance around the ring and I'll point him. That's it. He gonna dance around the ring and I'll point him. And it's a lot of stuff that y'all weren't looking at that I was seeing. And it ain't just me. I had Lion Killer. He used to fight. And Nate Campbell, obviously a 3-time world champion. So he's seen a lot of stuff that, you know, maybe I didn't see. I'm thinking about paying for Ryan and Luke. It's only $20. Or you can stream it. I mean, if you're gonna pay for Errol Spence and Danny Garcia too, it's the same day. But, you know, for Teofimo Lopez, you know, if I was handling him with his best interest, it depends how long he can make 35. But personally, I wouldn't put him in there with Devin Haney. It's just the risk don't match the reward. Wouldn't put him in there with Ryan. I he'd beat Ryan. For me personally, he can do whatever he wants. I mean, he can move up and be the mandatory for the WBO after Josh and Jose fight. They supposed to be fighting January 21st or 23rd, one of those two dates. He can fight Zepeda. Maybe Zepeda don't have that much juice in the tank after being in the war. He could challenge the winners of Jose and Josh Taylor. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't fight the loser. You got Regis Prograis. You know, he would PBC. I mean, really at top rank, you got Zepeda, Barboza, Cesados. I feel won the fight last night. I mean, you got options over there. You know, got options. So I think T.O. KO Ryan. Only problem he have in that fight is that he can't cut the fucking ring off. So it's going to be a minute before he got to wait till Ryan Garcia kind of get comfortable. So Ryan will probably win some early rounds. But once he get touched, I mean, he gonna catch up to Ryan and stop him. Call me too chinny to be Haney. I mean, Haney ain't got no, he ain't got hands of stone, my G. You know, once Haney starts sitting on his punches, he can generate power, he gonna be bad. Depends on Spence and Garcia undercard. Oh yeah, I got the undercard. You want it? Here, man, I'll read the undercard for you. I know you're gonna be excited about this undercard. You definitely gonna pay $100 for this fight. You definitely, man, this undercard is slamming. You got Josito Lopez versus Francisco Santana. Woo! Killing them. Julio Cesar versus Eduardo Ramirez. Woo! Who a featherweight fight. Sebastian Fondor is the co-main event versus Jorge Cota, who was stopped by Lubin and Jamil Charlo. Woo! And that's your TV card. So, woo, that Spence card. Boy. Woo, man. Jeez, I can't wait for it. Young Elder salute. He said Lopez better move up before my boy Shakur Stevenson gets his hands on him. To be honest, the higher he go up, the better chance he got to be Shakur. So Shakur ain't done nothing at 30 yet, so you ain't got to worry about him. But if y'all want to make a donation, hit that thumbs up button and share the video for me. But the Cash App is in the description. CJ Good 313. PayPal link in the description. I just appreciate it if you share the video, hit the thumbs up button. Ciceto's got whooped by Barboza watching. No. I think Ciceto's. It was whoever you like. I thought Ciceto's was making Barboza fight his fight. I've never seen Barboza fight, by the way. But he seemed to be more of a boxer puncher. I felt Ciceto was beating. I thought Ciceto won easy. It was at one point around the 7th, 8th, 9th round. Barboza got tired, and that's why Ciceto should have stepped it up and stopped him. I just thought Ciceto won that fight. I watched it with no sound on, so if you watch it with the sound on, I mean, our opinions probably. I spelled Alex Ciceto's beat him, and I don't think he gonna be in a firefight. Just Ciceto's was just, he was clipping him with that other. That was a good fight. I watched that again. Easily? No, he did not outbox him easily. Get out of here. Ciceto's made him fight his fight. Man, Ciceto's won that fight, but I ain't scored, so I can't talk. Don Banks salute. I can't talk. He said the best ever undercard. And you going to Dallas for it? I'm going to go to Dallas for that. It's going to be a repeat when you went down there for Mikey. That whole card was terrible. I was at, I had a room at the Athenaeum and for my birthday and shit, and we went to Buffalo Wild. Man, that shit was boring. I had a better time at Greek Town gambling. I think I'm about to book a room, too. Ciceto's was a punching. So was Barboza was a punching bag. What you talking about? He took just as many punches as Ciceto's did. Get out of here. He took just as many punches as he did, bro. Y'all act like he was Floyd Money Mayweather out there. Lopez didn't want the real. I mean, me neither. I beat him by 20 rounds. You give me 7 to 8 rounds, I can beat Lomachenko for 2 or 3 rounds. Pay for the stuff. Thurman already did it for free. Yes, sir, he did. I wouldn't pay nothing for that. Which fight? You talking about the Earl fight? No, Ciceto's face got... Man, so was Barboza's face was busted up. What is y'all talking about? Anything you can say about Ciceto's, you can say about Barboza. Only problem Ciceto's did was he didn't stop that dude. He was beating the hell out of Barboza's ass. Barboza was fighting his fight. Shoot. Undisputed fight was like the finals of the bubble. Yeah. That's how I felt. I didn't watch it with the sound on, so I can't. I just thought it was. I wasn't impressed, but he won the fight. I ain't denying that. Oh, he said that early. Yeah, I ain't. What was that? December 5th. He said, "What is the best fight you ever been at?" That's a good one. I'd probably say Andre Dirrell and Arthur Abraham. That's probably the best fight I've been to. I've been to quite a few. That's probably the best. I've been to some local fight cards that was good. I've been to some local fight cards that was better than some top-notch fight cards, because, the women's was back. So I ain't been to no fight where they had a casino at. So I got to get to Vegas and go to a fight. So hopefully when this COVID is over with, I can get to a fight. But the casino fights in Detroit, man, they be banging, bro. Be so many girls there. It be like a club. It'd be like a club. For sure. But y'all got some questions, I'll answer them. I'm here for a minute. This nigga Mason sleep on my bed. He about to go to his cage tonight, baby. If there's a rematch, T.O. would beat Loma again. I'll bet on Loma. Yeah, I bet Loma beat him. I still take the same bet. Cicelos dropped him when he got out of position. So that he won. He said Tank and Leo undercard trash too. Oh yeah, let's talk about that undercard. I don't know. You know what? One thing about Tank, I ain't never seen a boring Tank fight. I seen a boring Spence fight when he fought Mikey, in which he should have stopped that boy. But I ain't never seen a boring Tank. Hey, I'll say one thing about Tank, man. If I pay for Tank, I know I'm gonna get my money's worth. He got a hell of an undercard as far as fights. He got Anthony Cuba taking on Leon Cavalli. I don't know this dude's name, so I ain't gonna speak on it. You got Darius Memphis versus Michael Rivera. Regis Progress versus Juan Heraldez from TMT fighter. Isaac Cruz Gonzalez taking on Diego Macedon. Mario Barrios taking on Ryan Carl. And Ryan Carl got two losses. He lost to Kevin Watts, then he came back and KO'd Kevin Watts. He got stopped by Kevin Watts and KO'd Kevin Watts. He lost to Eddie Ramirez, who was undefeated at the time. Now he's 17-3 with 2 knockouts. Got knocked out twice. As a matter of fact, he lost to Juan Herdaldez and Argenis Mendez and Antonio DeMarco all back-to-back. He lost to DeMarco, Mendez, and Herdaldez back-to-back. So, you know, Ryan Carl is fighting in it look like maybe the co-main event. He fighting in the co-main event, but one of the fighters on the undercard beat him. I just don't get it. Who should Loma fight at 30 next? I mean, Burchett. You know, if he get a champion, I think Burchett and what's that? Zafner fighting Twitter. Zafner on Twitter said they don't want that fight. So, if he squeezes out to 26, I like to see him fighting Nevedes. He said Jay Nelson Figueroa coming out of Southwest. Yeah, he dropped Teofimo Lopez too. He dropped him. Hold on. But y'all can keep with the questions. He said that Gamboa fight was fucking trash. T.O. or Loma would have stopped Gamboa in 4 rounds. I mean, it was still exciting, though. You know, it was still exciting. What you expect, he missed weight. But that wasn't trash. That was a good fight. Tank ain't no boring fights. He's still trying to KO him. I don't even know how he let Gamboa survive. Top rank beating PBC on the top fights other than Jamel card. And that wasn't on free TV. Michael Rivera, hold on. My computer all messed up. Hold on. It messed up my screen up. I gotta find that question again. Let me just get my phone. Hold on. Hold on. He said, James said Michael Rivera going to beat. Damn, I keep fucking up my shit. He said he's going to beat. I love your comment again. He said he's going to beat the F out of Memphis Miller. They setting him up. Fact, something you think Loma can get all the belts at 30? If the politics don't, I mean, Burchett won't fight him, but he can beat Burchett. He can go down and be his mandatory. Nicholas Luke. So yeah, I don't see nobody can beat him but Shakur. And it might be too early for Shakur. It might not, since you know how to beat him. I heard Harrison in Birmingham on a wider undercard. It was a good fight. Sitting with Harrison folks who were talking shit all night. And then he got stopped, unfortunately. Jay Nelson looked good against his last fight on Showtime. First round KO. But T.O. was whooping his ass. Yeah, he dropped T.O. though. Then T.O. got up and whooped on him. Flame on 20, he said, Kell Brook finna upset Bud. Ain't no PBC, bit. Hey, Bob Aaron wouldn't do that. Only thing about Bud is Bud to stop him. So, unless they hit Bud with illegal punch or something like that on some Roy Jones stuff. Yeah, but I don't know. Gamboa fight was solid, but Tank performance was trash. Yeah, he stopped him still. Jeremiah Bryant, I wanted to see T.O. fight at least one more time at 30 before. Yeah, I could see it. He fight Devin Haney. That'd be a good fight. I think Devin can beat him. Bud better stop him. I mean, it depends. I don't know how he's leaving, but I mean, he should stop him. Never know. Kell Brook might have one more good one in him. He can punch though. Like I said, everybody saying that wasn't no way Teofimo Lopez was gonna beat Loma on the cards. We know boxing. We know boxing. Boxing always tend to go the other way. Everybody said it's only Loma. It's only Loma by stoppage. I mean, it's only Loma by points, and it's only Teo by stoppage. And I said, you know what? That ain't always true. Let's go the other way. And once again, it did. It did. Hold on. Yeah, but any more questions? Let me see. He said Canelo will look. Hold on. He said I got some up and fighters for you to look at. All right, cool. Hit me up on Twitter. My link in the description. He said Canelo. C4 said Canelo looked way better than Teo at 23 when he fought Floyd. I don't know. Hell, he ain't win no round though, so I can't say that. Shit, I can't say somebody that didn't win a round look better than somebody that won 9 rounds, 8 rounds. So I can't say that. He didn't win a round. I can't say that, bro. Give me Teo. But I do think Canelo was the better fighter at the time, though. If Bud was the lead top rank, it's true. He better knock out Brook cold. I mean, shit, it is what it is. He will KO Brook for sure, and then leave beat Spin. I mean, it depends. Bob probably get him stripped. He fails the drug test. He had cocaine. He had crack cocaine in his system. Crawford will stop Thurman with the body shot. I mean, that's a good fight. Depends on how much Thurman left. That's a good fight. It's probably the toughest fight at the division. Bud versus Brook, a good fight, I think. Yeah, I mean, Brook just don't have the mobility. He don't have the mobility. That's the only issue. Mike Serrato say, he say, you right, I mean, but, oh yeah, he was a better fighter for sure. Mike Serrato say, when are you going to have call-ins on y'all? Is your cash app? Oh, my cash app in the description. It's CJ Good 313. CJ Good 313. But it's in the description. You can see it there in PayPal link there. But no, I ain't doing no call-ins, man. YouTube just too fickle. If I do it, it'll be on my podcast. So when I get my mixer and I do my podcast, I do call-ins. YouTube just it's just too sensitive. I remember somebody was telling me they had porn on YouTube at one point. And I couldn't believe it. Y'all forgetting Brook is drained, is losing power down to 47. He will break his face with no resistance. I mean, Brook ain't no longer with Eddie Hearn either. His daddy negotiated this fight, but who knows? Who knows? Errol Spence drained. Danny Garcia drained. Keith Thurman drained. At least Kell Brook moved up. They all drained, so who knows? I'm glad Teo kept his foot on the gas and didn't slow down because Loma started to slow out the gate. Yeah, you know, he just did enough. Loma didn't do nothing. Those rounds, he just had to throw a punch. And when I let Buddy top rank with that WBO, he might. Shit, he can get it right back. Gamboa was still touching. He was. He was. Bud gonna punish Brook. Brook left match from his daddy negotiated that deal. That's why they can't find a TV platform. That's why the UK won't pick up the fight. Nah, Triple G broke his ass down. He was out boxing though. Sean Porter's a 54. Man, Sean Porter fought as high as like heavyweight as a professional. My memory serves me correctly. And still can't punch. Ain't that something? Tank is over. Loma would punish him and make him quit. If Loma didn't punish Teofimo Lopez because he was scared of his power, I think Tank a better puncher than Teo. I mean, maybe not at 30. I'll take that back. Teo definitely a better puncher at 30. So you might be right. But Tank body language never looks good when he's struggling. Yeah, I mean, I think we all think Tank mentally will quit. We all think Tank could quit at some point, but he not a full-time boxer. He not. I heard Keith Thurman KO'd. Then yeah, I think Anthony Peterson KO'd Danny Jacobs too. There ain't no secret. I know Austin Trout was telling me years ago that he was happy that he went the distance in the amateurs to Anthony Peterson. He said Anthony Peterson was knocking out everything. I believe he said he knocked out Danny. Damn, Danny Jacobs been knocked out a lot. They said he knocked out Danny Jacobs. If I remember, yeah, I think they said Peterson knocked out Danny Jacobs. I could be wrong. That's crazy. I was like, Anthony Peterson. That was another really good amateur and just wasn't shit as a pro. Yeah, they do porn is high deep in YouTube, different title names. He said, Loma felt Lopez. Yeah, he had to. They was talking cash shit at the after the fight. But yeah, man, appreciate everybody for checking in. I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully. Next week, I mean, we got Qdoba. Qdoba pulled out because of visa issues. So we got Cussio Clayton taking on Sergey Lipinets. Cussio Clayton at some point was believed to be a Terrence Crawford opponent. He from Canada. When I watched him fight, I think years ago, I watched film on. I didn't see nothing special. So we got a Showtime card tomorrow. This Saturday. I'm gonna look up the entire schedule. So I'm gonna ring off the boxing schedule for y'all. So hold on. So next week we have Jay Harris on ESPN Plus who fought that Cesar Martinez guy. He fighting somebody on ESPN Plus. Friday we got a DAZN card. We got Roman Gonzalez taking on Israel Gonzalez. Juan Estrada taking on the TBA. Julio Cesar Martinez who beat Jay Harris. That was a kind of good fight. Fighting on DAZN. On ESPN you got Better BF taking on Adam Denise in the 12-round light heavyweight. And I think you got Umar Salamama, Maximum Falal. They fighting for a WBO title eliminator fight to fight Joe Smith Jr. So check it out. They trying to fight the winner of Umar and Maximum fight Joe Smith Jr. So we got that next Friday. Next Saturday we got Lipinets and Cussio Clayton, Malik Hawkins, and Xavier Martinez is fighting. And then after that, the 30th, we got Haney the following week taking on Torion Johnson. Rashidi Ellis taking on Alexis Rocha. And then Saturday, it's the big fight with it's New York taking on Jason Maloney. And then we got Gervonta Davis taking on Leo Santa Cruz card. So, and that day, on Saturday, 30th, Halloween is a big day. Because you got a New York Maloney on ESPN Plus. You got Tank and Leo Santa Cruz with a live crowd at Showtime in the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, Texas. You also got Alexander Usyk taking on Derek Chisora, Lee Shelby versus Camboso for the IBF title eliminator that Teofimo Lopez hold. Also, you got Marat Gasvier taking on Kevin Johnson as well too. 31st is a big day for boxing. So it's a big day. It's a big day for boxing. The 31st. Next week we got fights on Friday. Well, this week coming up, we got fights on Friday, we got fights on Saturday, so it'll be oh yeah, it ain't no color link, but yeah, man, I look forward to next few weeks. Halloween, it's gonna be difficult. We got to kind of match. I don't know if I'll be able to call the tank. I should. It depends. Depends if the kids come over, but if not, I'll be able to call it. So we usually watch scary movies, man. So I don't know. Love Halloween. Khabib fighting this week. Oh shit. Okay. He fighting Justin Gaethje, right? Yeah, man. I might pay for that one. I might pay. I don't know. I might pay for that one. If that fight everything they say it is, we gonna probably go live for that. I'm about to hit Line Killer up right now. We gonna go live for that one. Yeah, that's in the middle of the day, ain't it? I think. We gonna go live for that one for sure. I'm about to hit them up right now. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Share the video. Don't know what we gonna talk about tomorrow until tomorrow comes. So I can see T.O. fighting at 47. I don't know, but yeah, I think eventually it happened. But I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Share the video. Appreciate the love, support. But we gonna go live for that one for sure. So y'all pay attention. I'm about to hit them up right now. If it let me end it. Here we go.